Technical difficulties. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Horror with Nats. I am your host. Give me 1 second here. Always with the technical difficulties. All right. I am your host, Nadia, and I wanted to do an impromptu stream about Companion and Hard Eyes that I saw yesterday as a double feature. But before we get into all of that, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, helping me getting to, I'm close to 800, but help me get to 1K subs by my birthday. That would be awesome. That'd be great. I'm a little disorganized this morning because normally I don't stream on Mondays. But that's okay. Let's see. Ooh. I can't even hear any music. I can't even tell if anybody can hear me. Oh, case of the freaking Mondays, I swear. Oh, okay, hold on. I think I wanted to upgrade. No, I don't. Okay, never mind. I was trying to figure out a way to add a second camera so that I could have a camera on my dog, but I'm getting echo when I put the camera on, so I'll have to figure out that technical difficulties. Anyway, happy Monday, guys. It is Valentine's Day week. Love is in the air. Or not. Who knows? Maybe you didn't get flowers, you know? I usually get Lego flowers for Valentine's Day. That's usually the gift I get because I can't keep actual flowers alive. Thus, you can see Lego flowers here, and then I have a whole thing of Lego flowers over here. Awesome gift. They're fun, especially if you're a Lego type of person. So, all right. So what I wanted to talk about today was Companion and Hard Eyes. Yesterday, on Super Bowl Sunday, instead of actually watching Super Bowl, I decided to go, and neither of my team was playing, so I decided to go and double feature movie. Why is that so hard for me to get out? I don't know why. And I went to go first see Hard Eyes. I have opinions. And then I went to go see Companion. Definitely have opinions. I will say, I liked, spoiler alert, I do like Hard Eyes more than I like Companion. There's just, I don't know, something about it. I just enjoyed it. Give me 1 second. I want to see if I can try something. I wonder if this will work. Settings. Okay. Wonder if I can just hit there. Oh. Maybe I can do this. Okay, hold on. Yay! All right. Up in the corner, as you can see, I have a canine cam. That is my dog, who can barely kind of make her out, but she's right there. She's sleeping. May. There you go. Good head pop. Good girl. Yeah. Canine cam. Figure why not? She's always in the room with me. Let's make her a star. All super chats will go to her treatment today. all super chats will go to May's treatment. So, all right. I'm going to say hi to a couple people. Blue, I know you were here earlier. You're going to catch the replay. Thank you, my friend. Wanted to see Hard Eyes, Busy Companion. Criticism valid. I was softer because, let's be honest, Jack Quaid's character is the dude in 2025 that spends 15 seconds on TikTok. I can see the sex bots being treated like this the next decade. Can't wait for the replay tomorrow. Chris is here. I made it. Ahoy all. That's because Hard Eyes was fun and Companion was lame. Tom, 2 fun movie trailers. I'll watch these movies if they're worth streaming. I don't go to the movie theaters. You know, I think I want to start rating movies for people if they are worth movie theater ticket prices, because ticket prices are ridiculous. The amount of how much it costs to go see a movie nowadays. Even if you go see like an earlier, I guess they call them matinees, right? Still expensive. And then you got on top of either you've seen it in DFX, and it does make a difference with certain movies, or if you're going to see it in IMAX, or we have 4K, not 4K, 4DX, I think, out here. Do you want me to, Cannoli? I'm experimenting with contacts. Hello, Cannoli. I have red ones I could put in and purple ones. The red ones might be more vampire-y. I could switch them out too. Or I could keep the white ones. That's fine. 4DX. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. I don't know where I was going. Anyway, I don't know who you are, but you're so adorable. I love your eyes. Oh, thank you, Tyler. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Okay, so ticket prices are ridiculous, but it also is a little ridiculous how fast movies hit digital too. Because like, let's all be honest. If we all have a really good setup at home, we really honestly just want to watch. Not sure, because it'll be a smart idea. We might be crying going through Eclipse. Oh, this might be too soon. Sorry, single or take. I am happily married, but thank you for asking. That is the first time I've ever been asked if I was single or taken on a live stream. I appreciate it. Now I'm turning very red. Well, love is in the air, right? Valentine's Day. Okay, I don't know if we're going to be crying through Twilight Eclipse, which, by the way, everybody who is hanging out with me right now, I'm going to redirect you guys to Cannoli's stream, which I will be on afterwards, talking about Twilight Eclipse. So we'll be over there. I don't know why Cannoli thinks we're going to be maybe crying through the pain of having to watch that movie. I fell asleep last night. I don't even think I finished it today. I've seen it. Boy, oh boy. I know I rated the other one high. I kind of want to go back and retrack on that one. Hard Eyes is not a disappointment. Spoiler, between the two of them, if I was to pick a movie to go see for Valentine's Day week, I would pick Hard Eyes. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. So hopefully if you like slashers, you like the irony of, like, they make fun of rom-coms, it's a lot of fun. It's pains. You decided on this. You decided on Twilight. Thanksgiving is a lot more brutal. There are still some cool kills in Hard Eyes. I think Thanksgiving is a little bit more gorier, but it's still fun. It's still fun on it. The mask is really cool. Kind of threw me off on who would be the... I don't want to... Anyway. I'm a big fan of Scream too. Do you see my Scream right there? And then behind me right there. And then I'm wearing like the shirt too. I think we just became best friends. I remember a time when it was a great movie after another. Those days are gone. Yeah. I am not too excited about this year. I feel there's a couple gems for horror that I'm intrigued by. But like last year, the whole build up to Nosferatu was big. So I don't know. All right. Let's get into the first movie, shall we? Which is... Hold on, let me present. There we go. Oh, let's put May. Oh no, where'd it go? There we go. It's where I was gonna put May. Hold on, let me move May over a little bit. There we go. Okay. All right. So, companion. Ooh. All right. A weekend getaway with friends at a remote cabin turns into chaos after it's revealed that one of the guests is a robot companion. They marketed this as The Guy Who Brought You Barbarian, which is hilarious because it's neither the writer nor director. It's Drew Hancock is the director and writer of this. And previously, nothing that stands out to me that he has done, except for a TV series in 2018 called My Dead Ex. Okay. But they marketed this because if you've seen the initial marketing for it, they said brought to you by the guys who brought you Barbarian. Okay. Now, if you're home, do you think you would survive, or you want to be the main character or the killer? Oof. So usually in D&D, I'm the mischief one. I feel like I would be... you know what? I'm too lazy to be the killer. I don't know if I would want to be a main character. Definitely one that... Maybe a side character that survives. But if I'm the main character and I've seen so many horror movies, I feel like it would click with me on what to do. Who knows? Anyway, okay. That's a good question, though. So, companion. 2 stars out of 5. And I think that's being generous. Out of 10, I give it a 4. So I feel like a 4 out of 10 is like a 2 out of 5. Or maybe 1.5. Really disappointed in this one. Marketed as a horror movie. Didn't come off as a horror movie at all to me. Maybe like a thriller or horror adjacent. And again, marketed as brought to you by the people who brought you Barbarian. Barbarian is great because in the trailers, didn't show you anything. The twist was great. Even caught me off guard. So, hey, if you know, hey, you know what? If you can hit me up after live, we can talk. If you're interested, I have a Discord. The links in the. You can join everybody who's into horror, my little community. So feel free. I think my channel has it linked there. So, man, Trump Daddy. I watched it twice and really liked it. Really? What did you like about it, Trump Daddy? What did you like about it? I'm curious. So it's obvious right off the bat, and if you're not picking up on cues in the story, Sophia Thatcher here, who plays Iris, is right off the bat. She's a robot companion. There's subtle things they put in the dialogue, but it's kind of obvious. There's no twist that, somebody, you know. Oh, the twist is so... There's not really a big twist in this. Barbarian was really cool. I really liked it. We need AI women that won't complain. Okay. I might buy a theater ticket to Nosferatu. Well, that ship has sailed unless it's still in theaters. Because it's hitting digital this week, and the Steelbook should be delivered this week. I have to download Discord. Barbarian was cool. Yeah, Barbarian was really, really cool. And I was expecting this. And even though a lot of people in the last trailer for it, excuse me. A lot of people in the last trailer for it was like, oh man, they're giving away the whole movie. And I actually still had high hopes. I was like, oh, similar to Barbarian, they gave you the trailer, you kind of had an understanding, but then boom, they hit you halfway through the movie. Nobody knew they saw that coming, right? Here, no, the last trailer is pretty much what you see with the movie. It's still playing. Yeah, I would pay. Tom, listen to me. Don't go see it in standard. See it in like IMAX or TFX. It is worth the extra couple of bucks. I saw it in standard first. It was okay. Then I went to go see it in TFX Dolby. The picture was so much better. I don't give my number out, but thank you, Tyler. Again, I'm you could reach me on Discord, or you could reach, I don't think yeah, Discord would be the best bet, or Twitter. I have my Twitter locked there too. Autocorrect. Anyway, okay, so this movie comes off very predictable, very shallow, very Gen Z horror. Is this a new trend for Gen Z? My damn autocorrect is Ghost in the Machine. Oh, Ghost in the Machine. Oh, the X-Files that I covered last week. Yeah. I feel like this, again, so you meet Iris. There's this memory of her meeting, oh my God, why can't I think of his name? Josh, who's played by Jack Quaid. I like Jack Quaid in a couple of things. I don't think he's a Nepto baby like some of the upcoming actors who have lineage in Hollywood. He's got some hit or miss roles. I mean, he was in Scream as well. I don't know. I feel like he's being kind of typecasted as like the asshole boyfriend, or just the annoying one. So there is Iris, who's played by Sophie Thatcher, which, by the way, great performance. even if I didn't like the movie, I thought her performance was great. There's also this woman, Megan Surrey, who's Kat, who is friends with Josh. So what happens is the bunch of them decide to go to a lake, like a cabin in the middle of the woods kind of scenario. The cabin is owned by Kat's boyfriend's Sergi? Sergi? Very expensive, very nice place. It's alluded that Sergi is a Russian mob who deals with like really bad things. Turns out, and again, these are spoilers for both movies, so I'm going to be spoiling both movies. So if you have decided you do want to see these movies spoil free, this is your warning now. So it's alluded that he is like into really some bad stuff. Spoiler alert, he's not. Kat just decided to not correct anyone on this. And the plan is Josh is to upload a mod to Iris, who then able to up her aggression and then also up her up her aggression, because the initial, you're not supposed to mod them in a sense. So she did that, and then he put her in a situation where Serge attacked her and she killed him. KO'd him, allegedly. Sorry, dude. Unalived him, if that's the best way to say it. Unalived him. So he unalived, and so the deal was Iris was to unalive him, and then they were going to split like 12 million that Kat knew that Serge had in like his thing. There's also these two characters, Eli, who's on the left, and Patrick, who's on the right. They're a couple who has joined them. The reason why Josh and Kat had them join them was for a little bit more alibi on the initial plan that they were going to say that Iris kind of went haywire after removing the mod and blame it on her. Also, a spoiler, Patrick here on the right is a companion as well. Could have seen that coming a while back, especially at the scene where they're all around having food and neither Patrick nor Iris eat. And Patrick is describing a memory of how he met Eli, kind of in the same vein as Iris did. So thank you, Vex. Yes, so much time showing being gay that they forgot to make Iris compelling. Yes. So these are just a couple shots from it. So everything goes haywire. Josh really reveals to Iris that he is that she's a robot. She doesn't believe him. Goes back and forth with it. She escapes, runs in the woods, and takes Josh's phone. Josh then has to go retrieve her with her friends, because if she gets away and if the company finds out they modded him, I know it was so disappointing. Modded them that it would be, I don't know why this is so hard for me to modded them that they would be in trouble. So that everything goes haywire. A lot of people die in this movie for no reason, and I feel like what the writers did was wrote the first half of it where she kills Sergi, and then they didn't know what to do with the rest of the characters, and they figured they were just going to KO them in weird ways that just wasn't exciting to me. It wasn't thrilling or exciting. This movie did not keep me on the edge of my seat. Everything that came down the pipeline was very predictable for it. Eventually, Josh mods Patrick. Eli ends up being unalived by Iris. Iris was the first issue. Second, if they found out he jailbroke her, then his defense, the robot did it, wouldn't pan out. Yeah, because you find out also that up here is not everything that it's like their Wi-Fi antenna, but in their like stomach lower areas, everything is recorded. So even the guys that come out to kind of take her away from the company, Josh ends up having Patrick unalive one of them. And then Kat too gets unalived by Patrick because Josh is like, stop her. And I could see it coming. He's just going to stab her. Anyway, not a very exciting movie. I don't feel like it's worth your time in theaters, to be honest. And to be honest, it's going to be hitting stream 18 weeks after. Toxic. You like this movie? Bro. Her uterus being her motherboard did make me laugh. The actors were good enough. Again, I think it's the writing that fails here. I think they were trying to make some compelling story of like, see how, I don't know, how men treat women if they were sex bots, but you also have the gay sex bot too. The gay sex bot has like a fruitful relationship with Eli, but it doesn't make sense. It's Gen Z horror. It is literally Gen Z horror. It's not scary. The deaths weren't cool. There was no compelling twist. So nothing really stands out. Right. To me, this movie is a one and done. I'll probably never visit it again. I'll give you the same advice I gave X. Watch it again with fresh eyes. I watched it literally yesterday. Yesterday. And I was one of 6 people in the theater. Granted, it was Super Bowl Sunday, but I was one of 6 people in the theater. None of it, I felt bored. I felt like, can we get, and it's only like a 97-minute movie. It is horror light with a gay, I guess. It doesn't really matter like if the character is gay, like the relationship between, though Patrick I feel is way out of Eli's like Patrick's probably like, ooh, what, like a 7 or an 8, and Eli not, maybe a 5, I don't know, 4. Closer to a thriller. Yes, but it wasn't thrilling either. The scene where she switches to German to fool the cop I wouldn't call it brilliant. Again, every scene I was like, can we get this going? Can we progress a little bit harder? But it felt like every time Iris escaped, she was caught either by someone dying or or Patrick. Josh just had everybody KO'd. Like anybody who got in his way, he just had KO'd. Kat was an underwhelming, like she shouldn't even have been there. She was just a set piece in a sense. Yeah. Yeah. And even after she was, I'm with you, Vex, establishing her newfound sentient first. Why? Chris brought this up. Made her intelligence 100%. Why not her strength? Wasn't there like a mod for her strength as well? Because they said initially, you know, he can decide what her intelligence is, but they usually like have government advice or whatever the word is on what their strength would be. I'm sold on. Cat. Yeah, everything wrong with Gen Z. Everything wrong. I just found this just to be, oh, that's hard. Underwhelming. I found it to be very underwhelming. I found it to be a disappointment. I think the only reason a lot of people went to go see this was because Barbarian was tied to it, even though the guy who did Barbarian is not even a director. I think he's just a producer or just a credit on it. So underwhelming. There was so much to expand on it. It was predictable, very predictable. We're supposed to hate Kate. That was the point. I mean, I didn't like any of the characters except for Iris, and even that, she's underwhelming as a character. Like, make her, I don't know, make her. And by the way, can I ask something? And both of you have seen this. Do you remember the scene where she had cut her ropes to escape, and she was leading out the door, and Patrick and Eli were sitting, and Eli was on the phone with the cops? Where the fuck were the cops at this point? Like, further on in the movie, the only people that showed up were the people who created these sentient bots, the company that did so. But where were the fucking cops? He would literally call them right then and there. He's like, okay, I'm going to go step outside and call the cops. And you could hear him on the phone. Where the fuck were the cops? Like, why did they show up? Yeah, I wanted Iris to fail, to be honest. I didn't, again, no connection to any of these characters. Didn't really give a shit about anybody on this, in this movie. It's just so bland. I feel like there was potential there, but I would rather go back and watch Stepford Wives or something like that. To me, that's more compelling. Donut Break. Police don't exist in that movie, it seems. Right? That's the problem these days. Not enough WoW movies. I just feel like it just, again, the writer wrote a very base outline of a sex bot coming to like being able to understand what she is, and then didn't have anywhere else to go and just kept writing himself in corners. Like, okay, we have these characters, Eli and Patrick, we need to figure out something. Patrick's easy. By the way, I think Patrick as a character was very underused. I was expecting her to team up with him at the end. Like, she's in this cargo van hooked up to all these monitors, and one of the guys survived. I was like expecting her to go in there and maybe do some, I don't know, computer technology stuff so that Patrick could be on her side. How was she smart enough to use a bottle opener at the end when she was 0? Thank you. Yeah, that's my other problem. When they brought her down to 0 intelligence, there was no fix to it. So lot of like rabbit holes in this. A lot of like big plot holes in this. Hi Rio. Huge one. I couldn't with this either, right? Thank you, Wes. Yes. Like, I wanted this movie to be good, and I was actually looking forward to it. The marketing got me. Oh, it is just bland. So for me, it is a 2-star movie out of 5. 4 out of 10. There are some good movies, but it's not. She had received an upgrade. Did I miss that? After her intelligence went all the way down to 0? When she was face to face with Josh at the table, when she was sticking her arm out with the flame underneath? Because yeah, and the fact that it was same folks, that repair guy. Yeah, but oh, right. That's why. Okay, that makes sense. The bottle opener happened after the repair guy. Okay, Daniel, thank you. Thank you very much for correcting me on that one. But yeah, listen, to each their own on the opinions. This is just my opinion. I think this is definitely a skip. Or if it comes to a streaming service you already own, like not own, but you're already subscribed to, maybe give it a try. But I wouldn't pay money to go see this in theaters. But again, opinions are like buttholes, and sometimes they stink, and everybody's butthole can stink. So to have complete right, that's why she was able to stick the into her head, into Josh's head. I don't know, Jack Quaid. I feel like he plays the same type of character all the time. Either the goofy, like, I don't know, weirdo versus I don't know, the like in Scream 5, he played the bad boyfriend again. I feel like it's the same role he's playing here. So if you are seeing a movie for Valentine's Day, you're taking your sweetie out for a movie and a dinner, skip Companion, and instead, seriously, go see Hard Eyes. Go see Hard Eyes. Hard Eyes was probably one of the most fun I've had in a theater in a while. And let me break it down. Okay, first of all, I think Tyler earlier on was asking, is it as scary as Thanksgiving or like similar? No. Thanksgiving is definitely way gorier. Eli Roth. This is not. So, that was I feel like the dinner scene and she escaped. Anyway, very similar to Freaky, I say. Yes. Okay. Yes. All right, we're done with Companion. Let's done it. Anyway, don't see it or see it. Whatever. If you enjoyed it, I'm glad. Not everything's for everybody, right? So, Hard Eyes, for the past several years, the Hard Eyes killer has wreaked havoc on Valentine's Day by stalking and murdering romantic couples. This Valentine's Day, no one is safe. Yeah, the dinner scene did happen before the upgrade. I remember that. Who take their girl to see Companion? Iris gave major sex bot vibes. By the way, when I was in Companion, it was mostly couples that were there to see it. So maybe we're trying to see what's going on. You know what? Hold on. Before we get into Hard Eyes, I feel like I'm a little too hard on this movie. Maybe it's just not for me. Maybe it's just like I like artificial intelligence doesn't scare me in movies like this. Maybe this is just not a brand for me. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it, or maybe really honestly it sucks. Or it's decent. Or it sucks. I don't know. There could be I don't know. There's themes of everybody could break it down like, oh, it's because this is how men are going to treat women when sex boxes come out. See how horrible he is. This is the future of that stuff. Meh. I think really, honestly, it's an interesting concept executed poorly. And that's the last I'm going to say of it. All right, Hard Eyes. Back to our Hard Eyes. Fucking awesome. Had a ton of fun with this movie. It is not as gory. There are some cool kills. Don't get me wrong. There are some cool kills. But it's not as gory as Thanksgiving. So don't go into this movie thinking you're going to get Thanksgiving for it. Okay? Think it's going to be a satire on both rom-coms and like older Valentine's Day horror movies like My Bloody Valentine or Valentine is one of them. So think of like that, okay, in the vein of that. I don't think it's gory enough that if your girl doesn't handle gore that bad, you'll be fine with this. You'll be fine with this. So the opening is really interesting. The opening, so it's broadcasted that, every Valentine's Day, the Hard Eyes killer, goes to different cities, kills couples on Valentine's Day. Okay. And the opening is this couple with this like really nice background, like engagement background. And this guy is like feeding his girlfriend a strawberry, and there's a ring in the strawberry. And you can tell this girl planned her own engagement. She's like one of those uptight biddies. So, I thought it was really hilarious because when she ate the strawberry and like they took the ring out of it and they put it on her ring, it made this like squishy noise. Okay. When the camera guy called and said like, hey, I need you to do it again so I can get the shot. I didn't get the shot. He took off the ring, put the ring back, did the same squishy noise. I don't know why that really made me laugh, but yeah. My Bloody Valentine, and one of the Supernatural guys was in it. Yeah, the remake of it. I will say, loss on this one, they should have made this a 3D movie. I think it would have been really cool if they had done. They went back, because I believe both My Bloody Valentine's Day, I know at least the original, I think the remake as well, were 3D movies. They should have done it this way, nonetheless. So the Hard Eyes killer shows up, kills these two. Really cool death. He uses, what's the weapon called when you shoot arrows out? And it's not bow and arrows, but I can't remember what the word is when it's like the little guy where you like click and an arrow shoots. Why can't I think of this? And usually I have it as a weapon for D&D, but now my brain shot. Anybody in the chat can help me? What is it called? Where you can like shoot arrows out of it or bolts? Crossbow. Thank you. He has a crossbow, his throwing knives, ton of stuff. So he ends up killing the fiance boyfriend and the cameraman, but this chick runs into a winery that they are, and what she's in is in one of these like machines that squishes the grapes together, and that was a pretty cool kill. She locks herself in there, and he like the Hard Eyes killer's like, okay, I'll just press these buttons and kill you. All right, cool. Really great shots. I will say the cinematography in this was pretty good. Like, again, it's a satire, I think, on rom-coms and Valentine horror movies in general. She was dumb. She was. She was. Why would you crawl into something like that? Who knows, right? And how'd she fit through that tiny window, too? So you have your main characters here. You have, hold on. Let me pull it up. Where is it? Why is this not showing me the right information? Holding technical difficulties. Excuse me, folks. Give me 1 second. Olivia Holt here on the left-hand side, who plays Allie, and then we have Manson Gooding, who plays Jay Simmons here on the right. He's also in the last 2 Scream movies, so if you're watching the movie and you're like, I've noticed who that dude is, it's because he was in Scream 5 and 6, so that's why. So Allie here just broke up with her boyfriend, has a marketing job, does this marketing campaign for a jewelry company, I believe, or some kind of company, and basically just does a bunch of tragic lovers. So like Romeo and Juliet, Titanic, at the same week as the Hard Eyes Killers is getting ready to, you know, take his week vacation and go KO a couple couples. So she meets JK here early on at a coffee shop. It's really cute. It's very Hallmarky, I guess. A lot of people kind of compare this to be like if Hallmark went horror. I can kind of see it. You know, the music is very well, like sound effects and music is very well used. Camera too, where they like do the swoop up close to somebody. It was very good. The film was a little too progressive for me, like in the sense, if I watched it this year now, none of this reference would work. Yeah, I could see that. I was shocked there was a Hobbs and Shaw reference, all flipping things. Yeah. What the fuck are these concepts? No, I want to be like you, a vampire. I didn't like Allie. Yeah, I could see that. I could see her. I don't think I liked them separately, but I think they had pretty enough chemistry between the two of them on it, right? Not too bad of a chemistry. So, turns out J.K. Simmons is like marketing, like amazing person, comes in to save the day, and Allie has to work with him. It's obvious J.K. is fallen for Allie. You know, they have the same coffee order. Of course, if you got the same coffee order as someone else, that must mean you must be destined, or as he calls it, coffee mates. Aw, it was so adorable. Allie wants none of it. You are punished, Nos. You are. I'm sorry. The spanking is coming, though. Beck said she would do it for me. Very Hallmark-ish. Yes. It's cute. Why is he punished? He knows why he's punished. He knows exactly why he's punished. Anyway, so JK here tries to get Allie to go out for a work dinner, employee of actual dinner, to wine and dine her. Okay. This whole time, Allie's obsessed with her very ugly boyfriend, like super ugly boyfriend. Ex-boyfriend, some like Australian British dude with a forehead that's big enough to play the fucking movie on top of it. So he like, I don't understand the obsession. And the whole time, the new girlfriend of her ex-boyfriend's like posting these pictures, and it's kind of like an irony of the couples who always post photos of themselves like, look at our happy relationship. In turns, it's not a happy relationship, right? Behind the scenes usually. Hold on one second. All right. Really ugly boyfriend. Yeah, totally a type of male feminist who has a shitty past. I'm saying she's wow, I highlighted that. Did not expect that last sentence, Vex. Nadia choosing violence with the Aussie boyfriend. Dude, the dude had a huge ass freaking forehead. And then, like, I don't know. Anyway, shenanigans happen. Allie and JK are here, kiss in front of the restaurant. She wants to make sure that her ex-boyfriend knows, like, hey, I moved on. I'm with this good-looking dude. He's not a bad-looking dude. And the Hard Eyes Killer sees them, right? And decides that these two must be together. So these two are my victims. Because remember, he only kills, unalives, YouTube. Only unalives couples. Yeah, couples that are constantly posting photos together online are cringe as fuck. I agree. Not calling out any of my sisters at this point. Not calling out any of them. Contacts, yes. Why are everybody so surprised by this? Hi, Bobby. I haven't seen you in a while in the chats. I have new contacts. I have red ones, purple ones, and white ones now. Because, like, why not? Why not? Now you should be in a horror movie as the killer, but instead of weapons, you verbally roast the victims. They come. Listen, I post the most out of the four of us, but I don't post that much, okay? I post for, like, anniversaries. I post for, like, special occasions. I'm not, like, everyday posting about it. If you actually go to my Instagram, he's not very often on them. I used to have green ones. Yours are nice. Thank you. Thank you. I've been experimenting. I can't color my hair, so I might as well color my eyes, right? They are prescription from China. There is this company that I found that's willing to just take your prescription if you know what it is instead of an actual doctor's prescription. So why can what? Why can't you color your hair? Because I haven't colored my hair since 2020, so this is all fresh hair, and I don't want to ruin it because I spent 5 years now growing it out from a red or purple pixie color to this. So there are times where I'm like, I should go back to fire engine red or purple or green. Weird, but then everybody would probably say I'm like one of those woke. I get the little nose ring too and stuff. Maybe that should be next. No, I'm kidding. Just the contacts. Plus, I don't know. They're fun. And when can I wear them? Just go a normal color. Why? You don't like my gray hair? You don't like my silver fox hair? What the fuck is the deal here? I'm too lazy too, especially, yeah. Aw, Nos. See you later, Nos. Don't be upset. You'll get it back. You know I adore you. Keep the grays. Thank you, Kata. Plus, who wants to go back every 4 to 6 weeks to cover up your like gray hair on the... So... Oh, because normal colors are boring. Anyway, back to the movie. All right, so they end up going to they end up in her fucking apartment in a weird way. They share a cab. She obviously loses her keys because there's a montage of her trying on different outfits, similar to like Hallmark. See what I'm getting? Similar to that, and then he breaks the glass, which my husband goes, you know, you shouldn't break glass like that, right? I'm like, why? He had his no, you don't break glass like that. So he hurts his hand. So at this point, when they get into the apartment, you find out that she was actually a med student that dropped out. They have like cute little moments while she's trying to clean up his hand and stuff. And then I don't know why they had to focus on the fact that she had a dildo rabbit thing. How did Heart Eyes know where she lived? And if he followed them, how'd he scale the building and get to the floor? Remember, there's 3 of them. Spoilers. Remember, there are 3 of them. Yes, get a rock. Don't break it with your hands. Get a rock. I wouldn't go back often to cover up grays. Besides, Zoomers are out here dyeing their hair gray and silver. Yeah, I know. People don't believe my hair is the actual... Like, when some of you actually meet me for the first time in Vegas, my hair looks pretty dark here. In, like, sunlight, I am white gray. A dildo rabbit it was! How did any of the... It's called a cell phone, Vex. Like, I don't know why. It's called... Let me text my other Hard Eyes buddy. Yes, there was a dildo rabbit. Or rabbit... I think they're called rabbits. Those brand. She had to, like... She grabbed it. Not being obvious or not. And tried to throw it in her closet. And Hard Eyes was hanging out in her closet. Oh, Vex, I just figured out what you mean. How did Hard Eyes know where... Because he would have had to been there before they got there. Oh, yeah, you're right. That's a... You know what? I'm willing to forgive it because I was enjoying this movie enough. But yeah, how did he get into the apartment before... Because they figured they were a couple at the restaurant. There goes my dog. And then, yeah, how did they... You know what? All is forgiven. Product placement. They are called rabbits. That's not what I was... They made it move, too. Anyway, she throws a rabbit at Hard Eyes. Hard Eyes attacks him. They're able to escape the apartment with the 2 of them and go on a run. Where JK here gets knocked out a couple of times. And then Allie's able to get away, but then they arrest JK thinking JK is the Hard Eyes killer. Because at the end, Yeah. I agree with you. But you know what? It was so enjoyable. I'm willing to forgive it. Maybe they can teleport. Because I'm a little disappointed actually in the reveal that there were 3 killers. I actually thought Devon Shaw was going to be the killer for it. Mostly because of how the movie was marketed and how much he pushed for it. A little disappointed in that. Was expecting like some like brooding dude, because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Hard Eyes kind of moves around like some dudes in some books I might read. Halfway through the movie, I was like, Vex can probably keep Count Orlok. I'll take, and then revealed of who the 3 were, and I was like, just keep the mask on. So, how did they get out of the apartment? They locked him in her bedroom with his belt. And then when he pushed through the knife, they ran out. Yeah. So. Jesus. I mean, you can see the car. What is the car? Never mind. Okay. I really thought this was going to be the Hard Eyes killer. I was kind of hoping for it. I was just for different reasons. We also have Jordan Brewster, who is Detective Shaw. This is Detective Hobbs and Shaw. I don't know why they would make a reference to this movie. Were they at like producing credits for it? I don't think anybody laughed at that, by the way, because I don't think anybody got the reference when I was in the theater for it. Which, by the way, twist, again, spoilers, Detective Shaw over here is one of the Hard Eyes killers. There's a ring that's found at one of the crime scenes that has the initials JS on it, so that's why they thought, I don't know why I keep calling him JK, but Jay Simmons, that's why they thought he was the killer. Turns out it was her wedding ring from one of the other ones. It's her fetish. Yeah, a lot of fetishes references going on here. Again, I think this is a better movie to see in theaters on Valentine's Day versus the other one. It's quirky. There's some really cool kills. It's predictable, but it's fun. It's fun. And to me, when I go to the theaters and I get my little pop and I get my little popcorn and I sit down, I want to escape, right? I don't want a movie to feel boring. I want it to feel paced well. And I feel this movie was paced well for the most part. So Hobbs and Shaw, yes, I believe that's what they were trying to reference. I think it was giving the clue of her name, but distract and disarm you at the same time. Yeah. Yeah. So the mask is really cool. And there was a second really cool kill in the movie that I think was in the trailer that you see, and it's this one where they decide, so after Hard Eyes attacks them at the police station, they run out and they for some reason decide to go to a drive-through movie and hide in one of the cars while a couple here is getting it on, and Hard Eyes basically drives what is it, like a tire rod thing through the guy like mouth, and then takes the girl that's riding him and pushes that through. That was a cool shot, leaning out her mouth. So yeah, I don't think I've never seen any Fast and Furious movies. Not a single fucking one. Tire iron, thank you. Yeah, the merry-go scene again. There's some of this stuff that's like, that's all right, but I think overall it's a better movie to see with a date on Valentine's Day. After Paul Walker's passing, never seen any of them, not a single one. And you know what? Out of all franchises, I think I'm okay. I think this is one I can skip seeing. All right, so it is revealed at the end of the movie, because you think the ending happens, right? They kill one of the Hard Eyes guys, pull his mask off, and then these two, have their cutesy little moments, and Allie's still not willing to give this dude a try, and this dude has to fly out the next morning to his best friend's wedding. and she goes home and she talks to her friend, and I can't remember the friend's name because she was only Monica. She was only in a couple of scenes. I find her to be very annoying and very much like my best friend. No offense, Christine. And calling her and telling her like, "You go get love, girl. You go get it. You know, girl power. Go get this dude." So she goes to the airport. Which, by the way, they're in Seattle. Did anybody else feel like the airport belonged in like a more of a tropical area with the palm trees and stuff? I'm just saying. Oh, Tom, you should see Nosferatu in theater. I'm telling you, man, you should see it in theaters before it leaves theaters. Dude looked like a gigantic zombie. Don't go see in standard either. That's what I was telling him too earlier, because I saw it first in standard, then I went to go see it. It was Seattle, not LA, right? Like, it's Seattle. Are there palm trees in Seattle? Because it felt like the airport... Hold on. Are there palm trees in Seattle? Yes. Oh, I guess so. Wait. Is this the right... How many... No. There's... Yeah. Okay, I guess there are palm trees in Seattle. I looked it up. Google said there's palm trees in Seattle. I just felt like the airport just seemed a little, I don't know, Caribbean? Like, very small. It snows in Seattle. Well, there's palm trees and it snows here too in Vegas. I don't know what to tell you. There's palm trees in... It just... The airport felt very out of place. Very out of place for this movie. Anyway, she goes, she gets a phone call from... Surprise, Hard Eyes is still alive. Go to like some church that has Saint Valentine. Valentine. I always say this right or wrong. I say Valentine's, and I know it's wrong. I get made fun of all the time. One year I had a coworker bring in like one of those like cookie like cake things and put on it, it's Valentine, not Valentine's. So whatever, speak it how you want. It's Valentine's, Valentine, whatever. Anyway, St. Valentine in there, you know, the story behind with his head, only head chopped. Anyway, turns out, woohoo, Detective Shaw and some IT dude that just randomly shows up at the police station are the other two Heart Eyes killers. It's Valentine after the saint. I know. Okay, Saint Valentine, but I feel like it should be Valentine's. Saint Valentine is a 3rd century Roman saint. Okay, his feast is associated with the tradition of courtly love. He's the patron saint of tourney epilepsy and beekeepers. Bet you didn't know that. You probably did, but as somebody who's watching the replay on this, probably did not. All right, it turns out that those two met in a chat room, Reddit room, comparatively Reddit. By the way, didn't it come off that Detective Shaw, not a bad-looking woman, but she was definitely way older than her Reddit boyfriend, right? I feel like way older. I didn't know beekeepers had a saint either. That's what Google says. I didn't know either. Yeah, way older. So fight ensues. They decide to give Allie the choice, either unalive herself or unalive Jay. If she unalives herself, proving that she loves him, and yeah. Anyway, things happen and they're able to take out both Hard Eyes. One with sticking a arrow that like expands into his head, and the other, which I thought was a pretty cool kill, but I feel like a very unrealistic kill. There was a statue of Saint Valentine, and she was able to drive Detective Shaw threw it in by so severing her head. I feel like that just realistically wouldn't work. But it was a very cool kill. It was very cool. Very symbolic, right? Very symbolic. Is that the dude from Scream 5? Absolutely, Trish. Welcome. Welcome. And basically, a year later, these two are dating, happily in love. And the end scene is they're back at the drive-in movie, which, again, weird thing to do when a bunch of people a year beforehand were unalived by the killer you brought to that location. And Jay over here on the right proposes to Allie, asking to move in with her, which I thought was, that was a dud. And then Allie turns around and says, no, I don't want to move in with you. You're my person. Will you marry me? She proposes to him. Is that a new thing? Is that I'm of the generation that the man is supposed to propose to the woman? Is this a Gen Z younger thing? I don't know. I feel like as a woman, I don't know. I don't feel I should propose to my future potential husband. I feel like it also takes that away from him. Like it's, I don't know. It's a generational thing. It's a dumb thing. Why aren't you on the stream with me, girl? It's a dumb generational thing. Going to have a sequel. I hope so. I actually really hope so that Hard Eyes is going to have a sequel. Listen, Nadia, it's progressive. Okay, maybe I'm just... because I'm taking a break. Yes. Respectfully, I respect your break. I get it. I overbook myself. If Chris is still in the chat, he knows. I overbook myself. I'll go, hey, I think I should cool it. Pull back from streams on other people's streams. And Chris is like, I agree. And then the next minute, I'm on so-and-so stream today. I'm on so-and-so stream tomorrow. And then I'm on so-and-so stream on the other day. I watched 13 episodes of Attack on Titan. I needed to come here and chill. Okay. Yes, I'm calling you out. Pretty sure I would instinctively... That's the thing, like, as a man, if a woman proposes to you, would you feel... and no shade, no judgment. No, I don't judge. We listen and we don't judge. Would you feel, like, demasculated, in a sense? I don't know. Or, like, this chick's crazy, she's rushing it, in a sense? Like, ladies, do the old school thing. Just put pressure on them. You don't have to propose, women. Just, like, give them ultimatums. I'm sure that would work. I feel like most men would feel confused and uncomfortable. If at any point I needed to propose to my husband, I would have broken up with that. Relationship doesn't need two vaginas. My friend's fun poster, and I found it weird, but hey, none of my business. I like if that's your thing, maybe that's the dynamic of your relationship. Sure, I feel like Chris would have been offended, like about it. Like, I feel like he would be like, why? And why would I want to take that away from him? Too, as well. I don't know. I'm sure somebody's gonna comment that I'm some like bigot or something, but I feel like, you know what? Love is in the air, folks. Love is in the air, and we shouldn't judge anyone's love. Love is in the air, and if men are gonna get proposed to this Friday, good luck to you all. I don't know. Maybe I am a bigot, I guess, on this. Yes, right? I guess. I don't know. I just feel like it would make you uncomfortable. Thank you all 33 people watching between X and YouTube, watching my chaos. Some of you are lurking. Glad I'm single. Daniel, you know what? I will be happily married 10 years next year. And I could not imagine being single nowadays. I could not imagine, right? I planned that, Bobby. Thank you. I could not imagine single life nowadays. Just with like the apps and like how shallow most people are and stuff. like not having genuine connection, because I am of the generation that we did have the apps. We did. But a lot of my friends and stuff, they met like at bars or conventions or bookstores and stuff like that. You know, the stuff you read about in books. It does exist. Nowadays, I feel it's like there's too many options, right? Like people, instead of working on their listen, okay, this is Nadia advice, I guess. You know, I feel people nowadays find it that they find somebody they like, but as soon as a hiccup happens, they go back to looking for someone else instead of working through that hiccup. And there's too much variations out there, like too much, I guess. I have tried everything, no partner for me. Oh, thank you. Well, yeah, buckle up, Nadia's advice corner on relation. That's a product of living in a society that coddles you. Because, like, I've always been brought up the idea, well, my parents are divorced, but I've always had the instinct of, like, once I get married, that's it. Like, one and done, and there's only one way out. And that's all you got. You have any government conspiracy to date? Don't date reptile people, okay, Tris? Like, and also, I do actually date somebody who is close enough to as crazy about conspiracy theories as you are. So, like, I am very crazy about conspiracy theories. My husband, like, he'll listen, he'll dabble, but, like, I'll come to him and say, hey, I think I'm a flat earther. And he's like, no, you're not. So date somebody who is willing to ground you on your conspiracy theories. They're pretty dry. I'm pretty sure my ex was a reptile person. So, but my advice is, like, I don't know. Don't give up just on the first hiccup that you have with somebody if it's minor. Work it through. Marriage is not just about the one day you get to wear a white dress and a tux and say your I do's and you know, eat very nice food and have a party. That's like a celebration, but when you're married, you got to work on it, folks. YouTube deleted my comment. Oh, weird. You are full admin too. But yeah, like, it takes work, guys. There are ups and downs. It takes work. Don't be like this couple right here who gets, like, through the mouth, you know? Weddings are for free food. And anybody engaged, my advice to you is Scientology is a great, agree, Tom. Scientology is a great way. I told my husband if he's leaving our marriage, he gets certain rat ending if I give him certain rat ending substances. Oh, you're there first. If Bex's husband goes missing, you know your first suspect is. It's not. Scientology's not a brand. My advice for weddings, it's about you two. It's not about the people, because you'll never make everybody happy. You could give people caviar and gold plates and send them home with iPhones, and somebody's gonna fucking complain about your wedding. So make it about yourselves. That's my advice. I didn't know this was gonna turn into a love advice. I guess so. So, and also, don't take them to see Companion. Go see Hard Eyes. It's just outed herself. I've only been to 2 weddings, had more fun at the gay one. I went to a gay one too. I had a lot of fun. It was a couple of years back. My friend Mikey. I think the best wedding, I'm trying to think. Oh, no, the best wedding I went to was 2 years ago, and it was a Harry Potter wedding, but it was a Harry Potter wedding, and they had 360 projecting screens around the whole, like, the room. So, like, they had, like, the Great Hall, and then they had the Magic Forest, and the food was great. So I got married overseas, 20 people, by the Vatican, done. Otherwise, if I got married here, being first generation Middle Eastern, been like 500 to 600 people on my side, let alone. Fuck that. I don't even like 2/3 of those people. Actually, I probably only like 10% of those people. Why would I want to invite? Why would I want to feed and invite all of those people? No, thank you. No, thank you. So, but yeah, that's it. That's my review, guys. I always wanted to go to a Hindu wedding. Middle Eastern weddings we last a week too. 2/3 of those people are gonna be watching the replay now. If they think they're 2/3 of those people, then I don't know what to tell them. Maybe they're the 10%. I've been to 2 weddings and a funeral. Is that a movie reference? Or isn't that 4 weddings and a funeral, I think? The trick is to I'm not bringing it up. Yeah, well, Middle Eastern too. Yeah, I know. I look very white, folks. I get it. I'm pale. I don't go out in the sun. I just don't like the sun. Thus, I'm pale. I get it. It looks like Mimi is not coming back, so that's okay. All right. Well, guys. Ooh. Let's remove that one. Well, that's my review. I hope you guys enjoy my ramblings about it. I don't identify as Middle Eastern. I am Middle Eastern. I am Jordanian and Palestinian. I have been over there, both to Palestine and Jordan, so how do we know it's not face paint for you? Hugh Grant movies. Yeah. Heretic was good. Don't let Vex tell you otherwise. So, Companion, 2 stars out of 5, 4 out of 10, however you rate it. It's not... If you got nothing else to watch, again, if it uploads to a streaming service you already are subscribed to, you want to throw it on, go for it. Hard Eyes, though, highly recommend that as your Valentine's Day movie. If you're taking out the Mrs. or Mr. for a movie and dinner, this is a movie to go see. It's fun, not super gory. It's a satire on rom-coms and the whole, like, I think there's only like 3 or 4 Valentine's Day horror movies, but there's little nods to each of them. They're a lot of fun. So that's my spiel on it, guys. So thank you so much for joining me on this live dual review. I don't know if I'm going to continue to do things like this. If I go see double features, I think moving forward, I think reviews, I don't know. Vex, you know what? Vex is kind of like my manager in a sense. She told me to do it live. She's like, do it live. Do it now. Instead of recorded reviews. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe like big movies. Coming up is okay. Before you all go, tomorrow's going to be a lot of fun on Horror Tuesday. I have Brandon Salisbury joining me. He is the director of the George Romero Resident Evil documentary that Leon and I talked about 2 weeks ago. Leon is going to be my co-host on it too. So he's joining us to talk about horror and the documentary. So please tune in at that time. After Horror Tuesday will be my first members only chat where members and I get to just talk around. I want to dive into the Terrifier director's post and Scream rumors and theories and stuff and just talk to you guys. So I've seen Niet's companion video. That shit looks creepy. Fuck. Listen, I would like a producer shirt. Okay, I got you. Listen, I love Niet. I love him to death. I think he's amazing. Like, love this dude. But he liked Wolfman and he liked Companion. I don't know where to gauge him anymore. That's why, actually, when he said he liked Wolfman, I text Vex right away. I was like, you have to go see it now. Because between you and Niet is kind of like my gauge of like, am I crazy or not? Because if you like it, then either I'm crazy or I'm just, something's going on. But if you kind of are in the middle or kind of lean towards my way, then maybe I'm right. So yeah, he's a sweet dreamer. It's okay. The upcoming casting of Scream is wild. Hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you. You don't get a shirt with bad opinion. You don't get a shirt with bad. You don't get a shirt with bad opinions on Heretic like that. Also, get in line. Yeah, that's true. Oh yes. Okay. So director will be on with me tomorrow. Friday we'll also be back on Stranger Things. Thursday I'm going to be over on Pop Culture Minefield for 80s Horror Night. We're going to be covering Warlock, which I just saw. awesome movie. If you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend it. Went in thinking it was campy. It's really fucking dark, but it's a lot of fun. Saturday, X-Files continues, and I actually, moving forward, will have Jacob Ironside with me on Saturday mornings for the rest of season 1, and then I'll be on Niat's channel talking about one of my fucking favorite movies, Galaxy Quest. I have never seen a single fucking episode of Star Trek, but I fucking love Galaxy Quest. So, yes, being an Aussie has upside opinions. We love Niat here, though. We do. And that'll be it, guys. Right after this, again, everybody's going to be directed to Cannoli's channel for Twilight Eclipse. I'm going to be on there with Cannoli, Gord, Badger. I feel like I'm missing somebody. I don't remember. I'm missing somebody. So, a really fun week. And then at some point this week, I'll probably continue the quarry. So I'll be hanging out with you guys. And please mark it in your calendars. February 22nd is going to be the first members only watch party. We're going to watch Event Horizon. So that should be fun. I haven't seen that movie since I was very young. Probably shouldn't have seen it at the age I saw it. Don't remember jack shit about it. So this should be a good time. So on that note, thank you for joining me on my live rambling review of both Companion and Heart. Oh, hold on. Tracer! Tracer's back. Okay. All right. Now she's gone. That's so big. Anyway, as I ramble on, guys, have a good night. And again, go over to Cannoli's channel right now. We're going to be talking Twilight Eclipse. Should be a lot of fun. Bye.